Hey everyone, it's Ann Carden here. I'm going to talk to you about how to use authority to build your credibility, to build that know, like, and trust, and get more clients. So this is for you if you're a coach, a consultant, or a professional service provider. So let's jump in. Are you an authority? Do people see you? I'm always so taken back. Now, I've been building businesses for 29 years and I've been helping people for about 10 years in their businesses, but I have to tell you, I'm still always somewhat humbled. Well, I am humbled when people say, "Oh my gosh, I'm a fan," or "You're an influencer." Like, I've never really thought of myself that way. I just show up and I do what I know to do, and I do what I teach people to do. And so today I want to share with you so that people can look at you that way, because at the end of the day, when people see you as an authority in your industry, the know, like, and trust is already there. Like, you're already credible. So how do you do this? I'm going to share it with you. The first thing is that you've got to engineer your authority. And you can be great at what you do. You can be awesome at the results that you help your clients get. But if people don't know this, if people can't see that, if people don't really have any idea, then that's not going to help you. You cannot be the best kept secret. People have to know what it is you do, how you can help them, and you want to have that know, like, and trust already built in. And so there are multiple ways that you can do this, and you can actually engineer this. And so this is what I want to share. Now, I want you to know that it should be truthful. Okay, I'm not talking about engineering something you're not. I want to be very, very clear. I'm talking about doing this with great integrity. For example, I help people, grow and scale their businesses 6 to 7 figures in 12 months or less. And if I couldn't do that, I can't go out and say that, okay? And I can't build my business around that. You have to be good at what you do. If you want people to believe you, and if you want to be able to build your authority in that space, then, or in that, in that thing, then you have got to make sure that you can deliver. So that's the first thing. You cannot fake authority. You can't fake, the know, like, and trust. You've got to already be good at what you do. So I just want to say that there's a lot of fake experts out there. There are a lot of fakes out there. You know it. If you're in the online world, you see it. But if you really are good at what you do, then this is so for you, because this is going to help you attract more clients to you. It's going to help you even be able to elevate what you're charging in your business. And so there's so many things that go along with this, but it's also going to open up so many opportunities for you to get even more exposure. And so this is really what we're talking about. So how do you engineer? I don't like to say the word celebrity necessarily, but let's say engineer your authority. So the first thing is you've got to really establish what you want to be known for. How do you want people to see you? When they think of you, what do you want them to think of? When they see you, what do you want them to see? What are those things that kind of put you in a category of one? I like to call it your expert positioning, right? What is that thing for you? Now, I just told you what it is for me. I help people make 6 to 7 figure leaps in their business in 12 months or less. And I work with coaches, consultants, professional service providers. And so that's what I want to be known for. And I help them market, and I help them do all the moving parts that go along with making those 6 to 7 figure leaps, okay? And if you go out and check me out, that's what you're going to see. So I do this by helping them build their authority, helping them stand out as the expert they are. And so if you're good at what you do, what do you want people to see about you? That's the first thing. So establish what that is for you. The second thing is you've got to build your brand around that. So when you're a coach, a consultant, a professional service provider, you are your brand. Now you can build your business into a company, right? You can look at any of the gurus out there and they've done this, but a lot of times they don't do this in a way that they're ever able to really step away from the business. So you have to realize that when you're in this kind of a business, you are your brand. And so again, again, what do people see about you? What do you want them to see? So you have to realize you are your brand. And when you're looking for higher value clients, you have to make sure that they're seeing you where they are. So a lot of times I see people in the wrong place in their business. They would like to get $25,000 clients, $50,000 clients, $100,000 clients, even $15,000 clients, but they're not in the right place to attract those people to them. They're not in the right place for those types of people to see them. And so you have to make sure that you are seen by your ideal clients. You've got to really dial in who your ideal clients are, and then you've got to understand where they are. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean that's the only place you have to be. I'm a big believer in building your digital assets and your brand everywhere. And I'm going to talk about this. I am actually doing a much more detailed Facebook Live sort of around this today in my Facebook group. So if you want to get even more in depth with what I'm talking about, I'm going to invite you to join my Facebook group where I'm going to go deeper on a Facebook Live today. Okay, so you want to build your brand, and where are those people? And everything that I look at should say really what you do. Like, it should be super clear what it is you do, who you help, the problem that you solve. And so for me, I help people who are stuck, like they want to grow their business to multiple 6 and 7 figures, or they want to break through that 6-figure mark and go even bigger, but they just are stuck. They can't seem to make that happen. They've been doing the same thing for so long and they've never reached beyond a certain level. Those are the people I like to work with. Now, they also have to be really, really good at what they do, right? They have to be, I like to say they have to be an expert at what they do. They can't just say they are. They actually have to be able to show me that they're really, really good at what they do. So this can come from years of experience. This can come from massive skills or knowledge. And so, I see this all the time where people are kind of building a business around something that isn't really their expertise, and so they struggle. So you want to build your brand. You want to be where your people are. I like to say your people, the people that really, really want what it is you do, the people that have a need for what it is you do. Now, when you're where your audience is, let's talk about the authority piece, okay? This is really, really, really key. Often I see people who don't show up with authority. And what I mean by that is you have to be okay with standing out against things that aren't right or things that you don't believe in. And I'm not talking about politics and stuff like that. What I'm talking about is in business. So one of the things that you will see me rant about quite frequently, actually, is the fact that a lot of business coaches out there have never owned a business except doing what they're doing, the one that they're in. And it really is misleading to people who don't know any different. So if I'm looking for a business coach and I come across someone who's only done one thing and they really don't have any depth or knowledge, and I'm sort of new to business, I'm not really going to know. I'm just going to think, oh, they're a business coach, and so they must know what they're doing to help me grow my business. But that is not the case. And so I talk about this all the time because a lot of people, in fact, I quit calling myself a business coach. I call myself a business consultant because I've built businesses for 29 years. I've built 6 businesses. I've sold 5. I've worked with hundreds of business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, helping them grow and scale their businesses. And so my experience runs deep. And so you will see me talking a lot about sort of the misconception in the coaching industry, especially in the business sector. You'll see me talk about that, okay? So that's one way to build authority. You can't be afraid to speak out about what you're seeing that doesn't feel super ethical, all right? And so now I'm not saying they're not ethical people that are calling themselves business coaches. I'm not saying that. It's just I'm trying to show people, hey, there's a difference. There's a difference in someone calling themselves a business coach and someone who actually knows, they have a lot of business depth and knowledge and experience, all right? And so, when you've managed teams of 30 and 40 people, when I've had employees these 30 and 40 employees are managed in business, 40 and 50 employees, there's a lot of experience that comes along with that, right? And so I can help people I don't really work with startups, but I can help people from startup to scale up because I've started 6 businesses myself. And so I talk against that a lot. And so that's one way to build authority. A second way to build authority and to build the know, like, and trust is to educate people. Let people see in detail what it is you actually do. And one of the things that, it used to be when I first got into the online world, they would say, tell people the what, but don't tell them the how. That does not apply anymore. Okay, people are getting too savvy and too smart. You can't just tell people what anymore and not share the details. And yes, could they go and do it themselves? Absolutely. Belinda's on here. She is a perfect example. She took a free chat that we had, and she and just following me on Facebook, and she took that and applied that to her business. Okay, but that's okay. That's okay, because that is exactly what establishing authority is. It's about educating your audience to the point that they could just go and do it. All right, now Belinda may come to a place in her business now that she's got all this new thing going. She might come to a place in her business where she says, okay, now I'm stuck. Now I'm going to go talk to Ann and let her help me scale up into multiple 6 or even 7 figures, right? I got to my first 100,000, or I'm real close to my first 100,000. Now I want to go scale up. And hopefully Belinda will still think of me, and she's on my email list. So I'm in front of her anyway. She's also in my Facebook groups. But that's what I'm talking about, building that know, like, and trust, okay? And so if you can educate people in great detail what it is you do, like you can go see loads of videos on my YouTube channel. You can listen to my podcast. You can get into my Facebook group. You can go to my website. You can opt in for multiple videos where I'm on a whiteboard and I am walking you through all of the details. Okay, that builds credibility. That builds the know, like, and trust. When you can share in great detail exactly what it is you do and how you can help people and what it is they need, you can build the know, like, and trust. And so when they come to you, they don't question whether or not you can help them. It's just a matter of having a conversation about what that looks like, or can they afford you, right? That's a much better place to be than, I'm just not really sure I trust you. See, this is the power of building a business around your authority and being seen in the right places. Now, I also have books out. I have 3 business books that I've written. My last one went to #1 international bestseller. This is for coaches and consultants. Build a lucrative and impactful coaching and consulting business with your expertise. It walks you through literally how to set up an offer, how to market, how to scale up, how to leverage. It even talks about the money part, how to understand cash flow and profits and all of those things that go along with building a business. But this is my 3rd book. And this, I'm able to get on stages. I'm able to get on other people's podcasts. I'm able to be a speaker in virtual events. I'm able to do lots of things that allow me to share my expertise and my knowledge and everything that I know, right? And so that builds the know, like, and trust. That is an authority positioning. When you're not afraid to show up, when you're not afraid to get on a stage, when you're not afraid to put yourself out there and let people see that you know what you're doing, that is an authority business. You want to be seen as an authority in your space. Now, if you're brand new and you haven't had any results or you haven't done much with your business yet, then you have to go and get that experience, okay? I'm just going to say that. But you can still show up with authority. You can still show up with what you know to bring people into your ecosystem. And that's really how you get clients. You want to attract people and bring them into your ecosystem. So you can get them into your Facebook group. You can get them into your network. I do a lot of marketing on LinkedIn. I teach people how to get high-paying clients on LinkedIn, so you can get them onto your email list. All of those ways are ways that you can nurture that relationship and continue to build the know, like, and trust. Is making sense? All right. Once you do this, so don't be afraid to show up with authority. Don't be afraid to teach in great detail and educate your audience. Don't be afraid to show up. And you want to make sure that you engage and connect. And this is really, really important. One of the long gone are the days where there's sort of this preeminence when you go. I've done a lot of speaking in my through the years in business, and I've been on a lot of stages speaking, and I've always done it not so much as a paid speaker, but to build my business, to get clients. And I love to give back, and you can see me on lots of Facebook Lives and all of that kind of thing. I love to share and I love to give back, but it also is a great way for me to get clients, and so I love doing this. But I always want to engage and connect, always. I'm always asking you questions. I'm not afraid to show up and say, hey, ask me anything about business, marketing, sales, building a team. I'm not afraid to show up and just get in the hot seat and say, hey, ask me anything. That is not only authority, but it's credibility building, because if you can ask me a question and I can answer that question in great detail, there's probably not going to be a lot of doubt in your mind that I can't help you, right? And so you can do things like this that will build your authority. Getting on podcasts, getting on stages, but engage and connect. Always engage and connect. I am a very connected kind of person. Like, the hardest thing for me about COVID right now is not hugging people and not being around people personally, because that's just me. And so you want to engage and connect with people. And when you do this, again, the more touches you have to people who could be your ideal clients, the more you're going to build that relationship, the more you're going to build that know, like, and trust factor, and the more you're going to be nurturing them to maybe move into becoming a client. And so you can't just show up on a stage. You've probably been to places where you see the speaker on the stage and then they never talk to anyone. Have you ever seen them? Or maybe they'll sign autographs. Oh, great. Well, that is engaging and connecting. But, you can show up in a way that's more personable. It doesn't mean you're lowering yourself to all of a sudden not look like an authority figure. I think it's just the opposite. I think we are in a society where people want to be engaged and they want to be connected. And I think long gone are the days where, hey, you're the speaker and then you don't talk to anyone, or you're the person running a Facebook group and then you don't have much to do with any of the people in the group. So you don't want to be that person. Show up, let people see your authority, and then make sure that you engage and connect with them. All right, once you do this, don't forget, this is the important part, and what a lot of people forget is you still have to make people offers. It's great that you're teaching. It's great that you're an authority. It's great that you're bringing people into your ecosystem, but if you don't ever make an offer to them, they may not know what to buy from you. And so it's really important that you're consistently putting offers out there. I'm not talking about spamming people or beating people up. I'm not talking about that. But you want to be consistently inviting people to work with you. You want to consistently be inviting people to get on a call with you. You want to be consistently engaging with people and asking questions, and then having conversations with people that might move them to make some sort of a decision, right? To maybe get on a call with you or to buy from you. These are all parts of having an authority business and getting clients. It's great to have the authority. It's great to have the books. It's great to get on stage. It's great to be on podcasts. But if you're not ever asking people, hey, would you like to be a client of mine? This is what I can help you do. This is what I'm offering. Or would you like to book a call with me? This is what I can help you do. Let me help you map this out. If you're not ever making those invitations, it's likely people won't move to client. And so it's really important. I see a lot of people putting content out there consistently, and they're great, and they're teaching and they're showing up and they're doing all the hard work, but then they're not really making offers, and they feel like, oh, it's spammy. Hey, look, we're all in business, right? We're all in business to build our business. I'm no different. You're no different. If you don't ever ask people, they probably won't buy from you. And so you've got to do that. Now, you don't do it all the time, every single time you post or every single time, but you do need to be making those offers. All right, so let me just recap. Establish your expertise. Elevate your brand. Get seen. Be seen kind of everywhere. And I'm going to talk more about this in my Facebook group this afternoon when I do a live. The one thing I do want to tell you too about being seen everywhere is I see a lot of people only in one place. So their major thing is on Facebook. And I want to tell you, this is dangerous. If you don't learn how to build your business on other platforms, or get your business and your digital assets in order, or get your assets in order, like books and podcasts and speaking, if you don't learn to do things in more than one way, your business is at risk. And a good example of this is I actually had someone hacked my Facebook account after I spent years building it all up, and they hacked my account. And in January, my account got shut down, and it took me 3 months to get back on, and I lost almost all my digital assets on Facebook. Fortunately, I didn't lose my business because I've been building my business in other ways, and so my business didn't fall apart, but I did lose a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort. And if you go to even my personal page right now, I don't have the 5,000 people that I'm friends with that I had before, because I'm rebuilding my business pages. And it was all because my account was hacked, and there's no one you can talk to in Facebook. It's all done on algorithms. And so I always tell people, don't just be in one place. You've got to build your business in different places. So LinkedIn is a great place for me. I also have a YouTube channel. I also have an email list. I also get on stages, and I'm very visible. I know how to network. I know how to go get offline and build my business. You cannot be a victim. Don't be a one-trick pony. I say, if you're a one-trick pony, number one, you're not going to be seen everywhere as an authority. But if you're a one-trick pony, your business is at risk. So I can't stress that enough. An authority business is one where people see you multiple places. They can go Google you. They can see pages of different things that you've done, different things that you've been on. One of the things I hear a lot is people telling coaches they don't need a website. And if you're just marketing on Facebook and your whole marketing platform is a Facebook group, and you think you don't need a website, well, your business is really, really subject to be in trouble. Because if anything happens with Facebook, anything at all, you will be out of business. So this is one of those authoritative things I'm going to say. I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to say you need digital assets. You need physical assets. You need ways that people can find you in multiple ways. That's an authority business. It's not setting up a Facebook group and that's all you ever do. All right. An authority business is you're seen in a lot of places for what it is you do, and you've got that know, like, and trust going on. So I'm running out of time here. Questions. What questions do we have? Comments, anything like that, throw them in. I'm more than happy to answer those. And hey, if you are looking to scale your coaching, your consulting, or your professional services business by 6 to 7 figures in the next 12 months or less, and you've already got proven results, and you've already got some things going on, and you're ready to take that to the next level, I would love to have a conversation with you. I'd love to meet you and see how I can help you move that along much faster, just like I do with my clients. So I hope this was helpful. Any questions, any comments, please drop them in. And if you're watching the replay, put #replay, and then come and join me in my Facebook group, again, where I'm going to go deeper into these things on a Facebook Live today. And you'll be able to get the replay, so even if you hop into the group a little bit late, it is for coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs who are scaling up, experts who are scaling up. So if you want to get into that group, I'll drop the link out as well in the comments, and you can come join me over there. And thank you all for being on here with me today. I hope this was really, really helpful. Thank you all. Have an awesome day, and go rock your business. Bye-bye.